Hello, everyone. How are you guys? How's everyone doing? Skyfire, I saw your comment there, and I just wanted to say that I not only responded early a couple hours ago, but I actually posted the link to the video you were asking for. So maybe you don't have your notifications set. I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, so hello, hello, hello. Let me get started on the questions over here. Hi, Old Silver. I just wanted to say ahead of time, thanks so much for hanging out with me here while I do these questions. Like I'm gonna could do by myself, but it's so much more fun with you all here. And the questions I have are they're not all of them, but they're most of them that were posted in my community section, or now it's called posts, that I usually put up Saturdays or Sundays and ask for your questions. So, okay, let's get going. And so the first one is Reva's. Yeah. She's wondering, will things last much longer? It feels like they're coming to a head and around the world change. Yeah. Although that one, hold on, for some reason, oh, wait a minute. You know what? I've got the wrong one. I'm going in the wrong order because I have my list here. I need to do the, there we go. Let's hide this one. You're coming up in a while, Reva. I don't know if you're here or not. Okay, here's the first one. So that's why I thought something was off there. So let me get the timestamps going here. I'm just going to say about 2 minutes in. Okay. Well, Arizona AG's lawsuit. Oh yeah. What's her name? Is it Chris Mays? I think, against Mike Johnson to swear in Adelita Grijalva. Will the lawsuit be successful? And if so, will it lead to the release of the Epps files, since hers would be the vote? Yes, it will. I think we could say once she's in that's. And I thought there were two. I think there's two lawsuits. I think Adelita is suing Mike Johnson as well. I'm going to read on him in a little bit. So, will their lawsuits be successful against, at least one of them be successful against Mike Johnson to get her sworn in? Right there. Okay, so here's Mike Johnson acting like the little crybaby. Change is coming for him, and it's a big can of whoop ass upside the head. And this would be the vote, and I would say the Epstein files, because we've got abuse here with the whip. I know it looks like a broom, but it's really the whip card. And this could be the Epstein files here. So the change is going to bring it, like the stork is going to go bring it, and this could also be the votes that he is trying to minimize and protect Trump, right? And so what's going to happen, the way this is going to go, I think we're getting the answers to both questions here, is that the protection will be cut, and there will be also a decision for peace to come through for her and her, I don't know, let's say celebration. It's the lilies. It's not the flowers, but I still feel like there's a lot of, the maturity and the wisdom and the celebration to come through for her. And then, yes, she is sworn in. And I think we've got a yes to the other question too. I know there are like 3 clover flowers, but it is the number 2 card. So yeah, she's going to have it. It's going to, yep. Yepper do. Okay, let me move this here and let me say hi to you guys. Hello, Aida. How are you? I'm so happy when my members pop in. Yeah, my little Mikey John, Elf on the Shelf, like Becca. I love that Lori always called him Elf on the Shelf, and I said, oh, "You're so funny with that name." And she said, "Oh, Becca named him that." Becca over at House of Linamon. Everybody should subscribe to her. She's great. She has a really good sense of humor too. Hi, Katie F. You're here too. Awesome. Oh, you know what, Nancy? This is a good comment. I was wondering about that. Somebody commented, maybe I commented to you this morning. I thought there aren't there tunnels under the White House and even a jail? I thought there were. So I was wondering, when they're tearing stuff up, are they messing with that? Or I guess maybe the East Wing's in a different place, but oh my goodness. But anyway, Jen Taub is saying the First Lady's East Wing has a bunker being enlarged under the Destruct'n. Wow. And Katie Fang mentions only one suit and it's federal. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Dr. Nancy. Appreciate that. Oh, goodness. Hi, Foggy. I love saying hello, everyone. Oh, thank you, Classical Feng Shui Solutions. She gifted a membership. Thank you so much. That is really nice. Somebody grab that. I don't know how to do it, but I think you probably just click on it. Okay, let me get back over here to the, let's see, that one's done. And Julie's is next. And here we are at about 6:50. And will Virginia Giuffre's book spur the U.S. release? I love that specificity there, Julie. Thank you for that. Will Virginia Giuffre's book spur the U.S. release of the Epstein files? It's only been out a day or so, right? 21st, yeah. Right on the new moon. I love that she did that, or they did that for her. Have to have some astrologers working with her, or them, I'm sorry. But she's still with us in spirit, fighting the fight. So, will her book spur the U.S. release of the Epstein files? There. Oh, Lily's is definitely a yes. Well, it's kind of neutral, but so in between yes and neutral. I feel like it's more, I mean, it's maybe, but this is a card of wisdom coming through, wisdom and harmony. And with the tree, I think that it's something that's been deeply rooted and strong and, growing for years, with in a challenging way. Absolutely, all that wisdom will come through. Here's a simple message. I'll just hold them all up. That long-standing wisdom will come through. Absolutely. Yeah, right on. Okay, so let's get to the next one here. And Gloria. Gloria is a very wise woman, and I'm trying to get her to come on with me someday. I love working with her. Okay. And everything is energy. So you see what the energy is around the teardown of the East Wing for the White House. For some reason, she sees a lot that could go wrong there based on the negative energies. Oh, boy. Isn't this a good question? You know what, though? I'm not using the right deck. Hold on. I need more information. This is like, reading to see, like, whoa, what was in Ivana's coffin? Remember that one? Oh my God, I think I read on that for months. Okay. What is the energy around the teardown of the East Wing of the White House? Okay. I mean, off the top of my head, I feel like it was rage, outright rage, that Melania's not there anymore because that was, her quarters. And, she only comes for her appearances, paid ahead of time, right? Paid up front. And then I just saw the tears card pop through. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, this one flipped over. That's the energy behind it. So it was, well, let's just keep going. It was, I feel like it was Melania gut punched him, or he was punching back on top of all the No King's Day protests, right? I mean, that's what my logical brain tells me. But let's get something more, much more. Hoo-hoo. Yeah, okay. So we've got the punch and the tornado. He's nothing but a bag of hot air, right? And the swamp, all of this, the putrefaction that is in his guts, right? And that cauldron that he's been stewing. So he's been stewing in the swamp, and the tornado just had to come out. And it also has to do with, I don't know, maybe trying to get some other women around him, and it wasn't working, right? And then the night is about repairing something for this club of worldwide money laundering crime ring, and then but he's also hiding his feelings. So he decided, I'll just try and get some plans going together. He doesn't even have any architectural plans yet. And what's that commission? You know what? I wrote it down over here. It's called, I kept forgetting, it's a long name. So he's doing this in spite of the fact that there's no sign off from the National Capital Planning Commission, the executive branch agency that has jurisdiction over construction and major renovations to government buildings in the region. So, yeah. And now another thing too is, let me ask from another angle, separate question on that. We'll go back to the Lennies. I want to know, so Aaron Parnas, I posted it earlier. You can go there later. I posted so much this morning because a lot came out. But Aaron Parnas put up a list of the donors to Trump for the ballroom. It's a long list, right? And I'm thinking he's just going to keep that money, and he's going to try and have the construction costs go through the taxpayers anyway. So let's see. Is it a cover up? So to cover up, what's he going to do with that money? Because I guess he's already collected a lot. What is he going to actually do with that money? There. Okay, here's the money. Secrets about commitments. And then when choices come, he's under the burden of, and he's also guilty, and they're guilty of their loyalty to him. But he's going to take the opportunity, I think, I'm pretty sure Let me use a kipper, because I think he's really going to hold on to it, and he's got other intentions with it. And I don't know why Melania is there, because it's just like, she gone. She doesn't, he's gonna try to bring her back, but it's not gonna work. And yes, okay, so when it comes to fraud, scamming, sorry, I'm just throwing the cards up and then down. When it comes to fraud, scamming, and all of that, yes, I'm right about that. So, okay, so I don't need to use a kipper. So it's just another grift. It's another grift. And remember, it's a big punch. So it's basically a big, frick you to Melania and anybody else that, oh my goodness. Thanks, Gloria, for that question. It's such an awful thing. Okay, and then PEC 990 has a good question here too. Also, okay, so I'm going to say 15, 20 minutes in. Will anyone stop the felon from further destroying our White House? Okay, so we've got two questions here. Will anyone stop him from further destruction? I mean, they're moving. He's got a big, ginormous backhoe, and he's already lied. He said it wasn't going to touch the building. I was like, they took a big chunk out of the roof, and you don't do that unless you're going to attach. He said it was going to be a separate building and not touch the existing structure. He lied, of course. Why would we be surprised? Oh, God. Okay, so will he be stopped? Yes or no? Is he going to be stopped? There. Well, there's some decisions. Well, okay, so or maybe maybe some dangerous, or there could be a cut to the plans. Maybe this would be an architectural plan. I think there's going to be some dangerous secrets that come out as well. Two things can be true at the same time. As the improvements go on, yeah, I think he's going to be stopped. Again, the sun is, yes, it reveals something, and it's his guilt and the burden of something that's long-standing. I mean, it historical monuments, right? Long-standing, and then he's stealing. He's destroying. The mice destroy things, right? Then they leave their poops behind. Yeah. So I think, I mean, already so much has been destroyed, but on another level too, I think the minimization of more movement will hit him. I sure hope so. All right, let's see if the actual ballroom itself, and this is at, I'm just going to say 18 minutes in. Oh, I forgot to get the time down for the other. Dang it. Okay, I'll do that later. Okay. Will the ballroom be finished? Will it actually be finished? Yes or no? Yes or no with the ballroom? God, the plans he has are just so ugly. He has the worst taste. He's just so friggin' tacky. That gold leaf from Home Depot, right? What I was thinking of the other day, or yesterday actually. What a waste! What a waste of taxpayers' dollars. And this is hands down with every president, and we've got the vice presidential quarters, and then you've got the first lady's quarters, right? For first lady or first man. But they go in every time. I mean, so every 4 years or 8 years, at the most, the taxpayers are having to pay for them redecorating things the way they want it. Can you imagine how much money it's going to take to fix what the destruction? Oh my goodness. Okay. Boy, we need so many new laws to our Constitution. So will the ballroom be finished or not? Oh, there's an obstacle. That's an obstacle. It'd take a long time to get around the mountain. I would say he has some secret enemies and there will be delays. to his abuse, because somebody is going to bring in some kind of a law that's on, on the books. And like gravity, his dementia is on full display. And I think there's some protection that's going to come in again for that long-standing, building, right? Yeah, I think there is somebody that cares, and something new, like some new decree or order that will bring some peace. So I bet somebody's working on it already, I'm sure. Okay, let's get to the next one. Wait, I want to say hi to you guys first. See what's going on. Hey, Charles. Charles is here. Tay, hello. Yeah, right. He can take all his gold-plated crap with him when he goes. That's right, Charles. Dang right. Thank you, Kay Nelson. Yes, thumbs up. It really does help. Yeah, Katie's saying he has a long history of doing this with historic buildings in New York City. He said he'd save freezes at the top of the building before the Trump Tower. He stated they would be preserved, and then he destroyed them. Yeah, and he doesn't pay his people either. Remember the Polish brigade? Yeah, Apple, Google, all of them, they all donated. And then Altria, that's just Altria, that company, that's just code for tobacco, alcohol, and firearms. That's all that is. Yeah, and that's, you guys are right. That is not his house. Not at all. Oh, okay. Let me get back over here. The next one. Oh, this one's my question. I don't have a name. It's me. 2222. Okay, right there. So, will Trump Destruct'n Donnie, will he be successful in getting that $230 million from the DOJ for previous harm to him, investigating 2016 election, and I don't know if it's something else, but whatever it's for, will he actually be able to get that money? I mean, Pam Bondi will pretty much give him whatever she wants, or he wants. God. All it would take would to be, a handful of them to say, dude, right? Take a hike. And he would be frozen. There wouldn't be anything. I mean, yeah, he could fire them, but then it would delay a bunch of stuff. Okay. We have to keep affirming that we deserve to have trustworthy governmental, Congress or Congress members, both chambers, and a trustworthy president. Just think in terms of who do you trust? I trust Elizabeth Warren. I think I could trust Bernie, right? There are a lot of people who are just working hard, and that's all they do, and they keep working for us. That's how it's supposed to be, because why else do we pay our friggin' taxes, right? And yeah, you're right. It's a people's house. So is he going to get that money or not? Yes or no? Well, we've got some movement here. There's communication going on, but there's a little bit of stress with that communication. There's some obfuscation. I think that the people that keep writing, and because the writer delivers messages, I think that we need to, with all of this stuff, we need to keep emailing, sending cards. We need to flood them with what we want. And because unless they steal the election again, they're not getting back in. And if they had so much self-confidence, why would they, try to cheat? They're trying to cheat all the time. So I think the news, and I think all of our, pushing mail and messages to them, to all of our representatives and senators, will help bring something around, to bring something mature around. But whether or not he's successful, that's interesting. I've got the moon card. Now that could be within 30 days, but it's also a card of a person's reputation. And he has the reputation of a thief, a toxic thief. And when it comes to it actually happening, I think there's some protection there. This is no. This is not happening. Some guilty burden. Let's see what's at the other end. Yeah, that's just the money. So there's the flow of the money, or the transaction that he wants. There's a betrayal. And she's a Scorpio. This is a Scorpio card. So, wow, I didn't expect to get those cards. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. I have been wrong before. You guys know it. Okay, let's see. Hansa 2. Let's see. And it is, I'm sorry, bring the question over. At 26, let's say 27 minutes in. Please look at the governor race. The governor race in New Jersey for Democratic Rep Mikey Sherrill. Okay, will she win? Yeah, it's been close, hasn't it? Will she win? She won the primary, right? Or she got in, yeah. Okay, so will Mikey Sherrill win? Will she win her New Jersey governor race? Mikey Sherrill. Yes or no? Will she win? Oh, well, again, she's strong. She's strong, but the tree is a maybe card. But here's the biggest yes card. Besides, this card and the sun are pretty much yes. But this one's definitely yes. But it looks like it's going to be a tight decision, but she has a lot of loyalty. Might be like a bunch of votes that come in at the last minute. I hope there's not a legal issue, like a recount or something. I hope not. But these cards are really good. They're all yes, yes, yes. She's in. Right on with the votes. Yay. Okay. So let's hide this, unstart it, and then Kelly. Okay. 28, 36. Okay, so I need timing on this one. You know what? Let me use this other timing deck. That's a little easier. When will we see the housing market increase again? Yeah, Jerome Powell's been trying to keep the interest rates down to try and counter-effect all the BS Trump's messing with. Okay. And I guess, I wish I would have known, like, what state. I don't know if she's here. Are you here, Kelly? Foggy, I can try adding this if I have time, but I really appreciate when people put the comments in, the questions in. I post every week, so unless I can't make it. Okay. Because I know I've asked that many times, and it's always a no. And it's because of the GOP. They could get him out in like a week if they wanted. And if enough of them turned against Mikey Johnson, they could do a vote of no confidence for him. So, okay, but Kelly, you're not here. Yes, you're probably going to catch the replay. I don't know what state you're in, but I'll just, whatever state you're in, we'll get the answer for that state. Or whatever state you're wanting to buy in. Or maybe you're thinking of selling. When will we see the housing market increase again? About 4 months, between 4 months and 7 months. Yeah, I was feeling like springtime, but between 4 and 7 months, I guess that would do it. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get back over here. And Epstein wants to know. Yeah, don't forget about the Epstein files. And no, Nancy Pelosi, you're wrong. It's not a distraction. Can't believe she said that. All right, 31:30. Will dismissing the press corps. Oh yeah, I want to go a little deeper with this one. So I'm going to do this question first, but Keggers, I think I've only just done little questions here and there. I haven't done a full on what's his future? Like Bondi, one of the questions was about Bondi, and then I remembered, so I took it off the list because I already got that she's going to probably do some time. If not, at least restricted and lose her law license. So anyway, will dismissing the press corps at the Pentagon be Kegsbreath's downfall? Will this be the thing? I think the thing, well, it could be. It could be. I mean, because this card has to do with loyalty, and it is a yes card. So is the house. That's like the foundation, but his foundation of loyalty is in danger. His literally the commitment to him is in danger. So let's see. Let me use a kipper and ask. Let's see what will be his downfall. Keggers. Who is it that's always showing? I don't know if it's Stephen Colbert or Jon Stewart. It's one of those two that always show, or maybe I'm missing it. Maybe it's somebody totally different, but they're always showing a picture of him messing around with a skateboard and flips up and hits him in the nards or whatever you call it. And then he's like, oh. I go watch that on a loop. Sorry. Oh, God. What is going to be this clown's downfall? What's he going to do? How's it going to go for him? His position in the government. How is it going to go? Okay. Maybe in 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 months, he's going to be feeling kind of helpless and looking out the window, wondering what happened. It's probably going to have something to do. Maybe there's something that comes out through, because this is my AI card. It's also a good card for karma, like Jeffrey Thompson has taught me. So those are the wheels of karma. But, you know, this also has that connotation of poor working conditions. So for the military, I'm thinking poor working conditions. And oh yeah, definitely. And his, I don't know if is he married? I don't know if he even has a wife or whatever, or a girlfriend, but no, I don't think he is. Because didn't she, yeah, she divorced him for abuse and then took that comment away or whatever. But anywho, this card also is about partnerships. So it has to do with what he's partnered up with. And here's his reputation. Now, it could take 1 to 2 years. Let's just try 1 year. But he's got a painful loss and an ending coming. There's going to be an important discovery and a trial, most likely, and tons of complaints. And I think it's because he's been skimming money off the top, risking something. He's probably taken a piece of the government contracts and getting some big money. And ruh-roh. So at the least, this card would be secrets coming out and he goes through restriction. At the most, he's locked up. But to have the whole 9 yards, like the coffin, that's not good. And this is definitely our military card. And it has to do with his reputation. So yeah, dude's got changes coming, legal problems, big time. Let me see you guys, it gets even better. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Whoa. I wondered if Jack Smith will be back in there, but this is also, like military official. But so what I did is I looked for his card. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, the cards that are sneaking up behind him. You guys know how I do this over my table. And the cards that are before him. Okay, so what's sneaking up behind him is some evidence, and maybe his ex-wife does something that tells the truth and has him, sleepless nights, self-sabotage. This is even a suicidal card, but notice the not hiring back there, losing his job, right? And then here he is. So that's all sneaking up behind him. And now he's looking forward to a down patch. It could be rehab or something, but it's at least a down patch. It could be something that levels him, and it could be a health issue. But people meeting to talk about his grifting and within his work. He's, this is like the Six of Pentacles. With his work situation, he's taken money, just like I had before. So no matter which way I read the cards, I get the same answer. And he's a sick puppy. Dude's a sick puppy. And that other card was a crisis card. That last card there. Like he's in crisis. So, okay. I'm glad I got that one over with. Been wanting to do that for a long time. Okay. I should have put that separate in there. Okay, it's all right. Let's just go to the next one. There we are. Moonfrog song. I love that. Oh, yeah, this is an interesting one. Okay. I'm 38. Let's say 60. All right. So, yes or no? Is Trump going to have double or even one hip replacement surgery? I'll go for one or both. Will he have hip replacement surgery? Yes or no? I'm hearing no, but let's see what the cards say. Nah, he's moving good. There's no, and this card is ruled by Jupiter, which does rule the hips. If he had any hip trouble, I think he's recovered there. Yeah, I think there's something, I don't know, just something kind of tricky about it. I don't know, like maybe somebody thought that and just got it wrong. I don't know. I'm I'm getting like he's solid. When he goes to the medical clinic, they're telling him to lose weight. They're trying to help him with his stomach issues because of his diet. But oh yeah, no. This is a card of athletic. He's not an athlete, but there's movement. You know, that's yeah. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay, let's see. Laura wants to know, well, this one's so interesting. There is, you know what? Hold on. Let's see. Is it there? I know. Oh, here it is. I've had this for years because I had to look it up. It was on the justice.gov website. And there is any attorney for the federal government who plans to file a civil forfeiture action for assets located in another country pursuant to blah, 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 is directed to notify the Office of International Affairs of the Criminal Division before taking such action. But they just want like a precise description of the assets to forfeiture, identification of the foreign country, all of that, brief description of facts. But basically, yeah, they can do it. Anything that Trump has in other countries can be. I forget to write down the time. Darn it. Can be seized. Absolutely. So will the International Monetary Fund, it's called the IMF, I looked it up, freeze the assets of the Epstein crooks? I wonder if there's a statute of limitations, like a time limit. I wonder, does anybody know about this here? I want to get back over here with you guys. Oh, Katie says okay, so Kegsbreath is married with 4 kids or something. Okay, I knew he had kids, but yeah. Okay. Hi, Marilyn Monroe. Right. I do think you're right about that, Mark. I always get bad kidneys with him. Always. Kidneys and his whole endocrine system, because I always get that, what do you call temperance reversed? Oh, hey, Cindy. Hi. Okay. Will the International Monetary Fund freeze the assets of the Epstein crooks? Yes or no? Yes or no? Boy, it's a lot. It's a huge crime ring. Will they get any of them? Will they freeze the funds for any of them? Oops. There we go. Well, I think this is the foundation of the whole IMF. It's strong. There's movement tracking the abuse. It's a huge, you've got all these connections there, long-standing connections that have been sucking up, think of the taproot on an oak tree or any, elder tree, mature tree. But we do have the flow of money and the transactions of money that have been, they actually have. Oh, I get it. There's some major branches within the foundation of the IMF that does actually already have some transactions. They possess them already. Wow. And then here's this networking, this big networking, this wide net of and they're probably, with these three cards here, I would think that they're transactions that are trackable online. And then the next card is yes. Yes. And there's a lot of money. It's a lot. They've got the transactions of the powerful people who have been trying to protect themselves. Wow. I don't know how long it'll take, but whew. Wow. Okay. I like that answer. So let's see. Shizuko? I don't know how to. Shizuko. Probably Shizuko? Okay. At 45. Let's say 45, 50, somewhere in there. Yes or no? Oh, God. Is there a planned starvation? Or yes or no, will? What is it? 40 million? I think it's 40 million people that are on SNAP benefits. Are they going to lose? Toss out the 200 million in SNAP benefits. Yes or no? Are those 40 million people going to lose basically 200 million in SNAP benefits? How's that going to go? And the Democrats are fighting hard to hold on. How's that going to go right there? Okay, so this is a card of recovery. So it might be something that's for a short time, or it could be the opportunity for a couple people coming together who are strong, who really care. And so there's a man, it would have to be a senator or a, House. And it maybe, it actually could be that it's like a couple of men, two or three men that really care. Are able to do something with the law, because the book has a law. Maybe there's a hidden law in the books that that show how we need to be responsible for the children. We don't want children starving in America. What in the world? So okay, we've got legal. So this would be a legal issue, and then we do have recovery and loyalty, and then the strength of the bear is really all about mama bear and food. I mean, it's the card for the tummy. So okay, that looks like that means the Democrats are going to win, I think. Let me double check from a different angle. So at about, I'll say 48.50, let's do that. Yeah. Will the Dems win by holding on for the people? Let's do it that way. Let's look at it from another angle. Are the Dems going to hold strong, basically, and the Republicans are going to have to cave because, well, there's that need to swear in anybody. It doesn't even have to be Mike Johnson. Well, Mike, it doesn't even have to be him. The guy that just, no, I don't remember everything you ask him. He doesn't remember. I don't recall hearing about that. Anyway, he doesn't need to be the one that swears in Adelita Grijalva. And then that gives, we've got another vote. The Dems have another vote there. So it's not just the Epps files. There's so much. Okay, but will the Dems win this one for us? And all this is just to give a handout, tax write-off to the richest. Okay, so the woman who's been blocked, that's got to be Adelita, will be in. Yes. And the commitment of the Dems, got the blue there, right? And this card is about commitment and something coming full circle. They've been around a bunch of times, right? Like we already went through this in March, and the only reason that any of it got in is because they used that, what is it, that thing that they can do once a year. I forget what it's called. Biden did it too to get that thing passed. But anyway, so the commitment with the Dems, blue, yes, and then the improvements will come, and the flow of money back to the people. And there's truly, in the Democratic Party, there's a woman and a man that are going to, there's that great care. I think really we could just say they're women and men. But if I had to bet on one woman, I would say Elizabeth Warren she's really been speaking out, and she's always fighting for, money for the people. So, okay, I'm glad thank you for that question, because I probably wouldn't have gone in there again. Okay, now here's Reva's question. So this one's timing. And we are at 51, let's see, 51:50. Okay, so let me use my little timing deck again. Will things last much longer? How much longer is this? How much longer is this going to last? And I might use some other cards to get some details. How much longer is this going to be lasting? One catastrophe after another, right? Okay, I've got about 8 months. What is that? From now. So let's just pretend it's November, because we're almost there. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, July. That's interesting. Something might break through in July. At the other, if I had just a bad card flop, I've got 11 months. I'm glad I don't have the more than a year card that's in here. Okay, but let's say between July, August, September, somewhere in there next year. Well, maybe, well, see, that's the thing. If it's actually, just thinking of logically, if the Dems hold tight and people aren't hurt, then things are better for MAGA, and they don't feel that crunch. So there's going to have to be other things that turn it around. So maybe it has to do with, well, he already only has a 31% approval rate, so there's that. So I think I'll just leave it there with that. Yeah. But around the world, yeah, things are changing. And so many other countries are supporting us. Thank goodness. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, United Kingdom. Thank you, Scotland, Ireland, everywhere. You guys are helping all. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I have a bunch of super stickers here. Thanks, you guys. I didn't see those. And I still have a couple more questions, but let me say hi. Thank you. Foggy, I have your question too. In the side, I have your super sticker. Charles, thank you. You're just the best. Guardian Not gifted a membership. Oh, that's so cool. Susan, thank you. And Angie, Sky Universe, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so here's this question at time are we at 54. Yeah, I had this question from yesterday. Will there be, I want to know, will there be, I got to make some noise here, I'm sorry. Will there be protections in place for the midterms? And then I'll look at 2028 as well. Because they already have a plan. Well, I mean, we knew they would, but I'm glad it's been exposed. But they already have a plan to steal the election again. And I know that Election Truth Alliance and Smart Elections and Common Cause are all working hard. But Smart Elections has said, she said that it's really going to be the fight for the next election. But the proof of it being stolen has to come out, and then all of that would flow through. That they don't think that there's anything that could change the last election. So it's really about going forward. But that doesn't mean somebody couldn't go down for treason, right? Just have to wait and see. So will there be protections in place for the 2026 midterms? Yes or no? Here we have the complications. The betrayal is already, I mean, this is dangerous. These are enemies. But we have the opportunity for the public to speak up because we care. So if we all join together in the heart space and write, and, like I was saying before, write, we have to just flood the zone and speak out. And maybe this would be the next protest, Look what the last one, look what the No Kings, two of them. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's showing that the betrayal's set, but we have the ability to recover if we have the opportunity for the public to speak up and because we care and bring in peace and harmony. Also, we can, put out our intentions and see our free, fair elections. And because intentions, energy wraps around our intentions and our what we focus on, right? Attention, energy, and attention. It's how we manifest. So that's what this is all about, as well as the networking of, like voting machines are not supposed to be on the internet. But we need to go to paper ballots everywhere and hand counted paper ballots. So we don't know right away who won, but this has to do with that, like gravity. We are strong and we've got loyalty, and it looks like yes to the transactions, but it's all dependent on the interactions of the people to make those improvements with the ability to vote so that they don't get stolen again. Like I kind of doubt Elon Musk would try it again because there's proof in there. So those were a whole lot of yes cards. So I'm not going to read on 2028 because we've got the answer there for the midterms, and those are coming up right around the corner. So, yeah. Wow. Okay, so let me go to Foggy's question. I know you're in here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, here it is. All right. Will the Trump administration, will Trump and admin? Okay. He has immunity from SCOTUS. So let's read on the admin first. Okay, and I get a timestamp in here. Foggy's question. Face impeachment. You see why I really want you to put the questions in? You see what I'm talking about, Foggy? Face impeachment. Okay. impeachment and removal. And okay, so let's just go with a number, any number of enough of his admin to scare him, I suppose, because he already has, SCOTUS. I don't think they're going to turn anything around. He's already got immunity from them, unless the GOP. It would take the GOP impeaching and removing him, and they haven't done it in the past. He got impeached twice, but they wouldn't remove him. Okay, but his admin, will any of his administration face impeachment and removal before the 2028, right? Trump doesn't have immunity from impeachment. No, he doesn't. But with the GOP, okay, I'll ask that separate. Is the GOP going to impeach him? They haven't before. But if some of them go down, maybe they'll flip on him. That's why I'm reading on the admin first. Any of his admin face impeachment? On a fast track now? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Well, so this would be the articles of impeachment to come together. They're loyal. His admin that's loyal. Yeah, they're guilty. But are they going to be impeached? This is a no. It's like their abuse. Somehow they recover. Yeah. Now, this could be the public and social media. This is definitely social media card, but this is the public. I don't know. It's like something's minimized, like the public. As far as will they face impeachment, I have 3 no cards and only 1. Okay, so it looks to me like somebody would bring forth some articles, but then there's the burden of pushing it through, sweeping it through, and having some recovery. But it could be that there's something really surprising that comes out from the public and all over social media that shows, like what's his name, Homan, Homan, literally with the bag of $50,000 cash, and that's being covered up, like things like that's stealing. But it's still it's hidden. There's something hidden, and then here we have the legal authority to actually do the impeachment, and I don't know, maybe Pam Bondi comes to an end, because I have gotten that before. Maybe Chrissy, what's her name, Christy Nome. But as far as like recovering fully, it's just like it's doubtful there. It's doubtful, but something has to shift. I don't know. It could be that there's just a lot revealed about the trickery and the stealing, the scam, Maybe Elon Musk would reveal something. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene has already turned against him. Let's see. Let me ask about Trump. Okay, and this is that 1. I'll say 104. Okay. Will Trump face impeachment? And I'll just go with that at any time, because the cards will kind of show if it would be fast. Okay. I just feel like his mind will be gone before anything like that. Oh, that's what it is. I think for him would be 25th Amendment. It would be faster if they flip on him, Foggy. If they flip on him, it'd be so much easier and faster for them to. And I did a really long reading on that. There's a reading called. It's got 25th in the title. But let me double check in. Okay. Is he going to be impeached? Will Donald John Trump be impeached again for the third time? Impeached and removed. Well, okay. So something about his heart that's hot. And there's a mature woman who is interacting with the public, and there's a lot of social media around her. But then, and I don't know who that would be. That's interesting. Somebody that might try to bring that peace and harmony back. And then here's the actual, process of going through the legal, situation of being impeached. And I've got clouds there. It's doubtful, lots of delays and hiding. And then, with the mountain, there's like the decision. Oh, because he'll be, yeah, no, you can see why not. That will happen first. Just think of, what he's done with tearing down the whole East Wing, and those cards that I got before about that. Yeah, it probably could happen before the midterms. Something's going to happen before the midterms. So anyway, all this stress, and I got this a long time ago when I did a reading. I remember it was a Kipper reading, and there was Melania was in there. So the things that really, really get to him is when Melania doesn't cooperate with him and won't be with him. And the other things that get to him are when people say no, and he's been on a revenge tour, and you know what that does to a person's body. I mean, it literally can create cancers. And so there's that, right? And so all these stressors and all the anger and the revenge tour, it's going to make it worse. It makes his health worse. So, I like this. Raymond, the truth is an apparition to the ghosts of American justice. That's perfect. I love it. That's great. Hey, Lucy. Hello. Okay, so let me get back over here and do some. I thought I had it in here. Yeah, cards for us all. Okay, so let me use. I think what we need is some self-care guidance, because it's just so stressful right now, isn't it? It's been so stressful. Like, how can we best take care of ourselves getting through this time? Oh, oops, this card was. Okay, so I'm using this deck here, the Awakened Soul by Ethany. It's if you don't mind spending $60, she ships really fast, and it's like a magnetic box and comes with a really nice book. I highly recommend it, but the cards are huge. So you can't really, well, maybe if you're a big guy, you could riffle them. I can't even do that. I have to do it differently. Or you could draw from a fan. Oops. Okay. So, oops. These two must be the ones. I'll look some more, but oh, yeah. Vision. To take care of ourselves, we have to envision what we want, keep being in that peaceful place, keep being in the vibration and the feelings of already having it, whatever it is that you want. Oh, and stay out of judgment, because when we do that, we just look at the ties that bind there. We just stay stuck with each other. So I guess if we could look at, I know it's a stretch, but the I'm sure that the spiritual law says that, if we're focusing on other people and everything they're doing all the time, I mean, we can focus in and do readings and stuff. But hey, Jeffrey, but when we're focusing all the time on, because there's so much on the news, right? And they're all screwing up. Trump's whole administration is bought and paid for, right? It's just all bribery. So now that we know that, it's a good idea to just get the little, or at least this is what I do to survive. What I do is get and as much as I can, just from print or from somebody whose voice I don't mind listening to, but I never listen to him I can't stand hearing his voice, and a lot of the other ones are just like, oh my goodness. Yeah, hi Jeffrey. The way to survive it is just to dip in, get the information you want or you need. It's my job to do it for you guys, but you don't have to. You don't have to stay in that. You should be playing every day and having fun. And then when it comes time to vote, and when it comes time to stand up and fight, and say what you want, yeah, you do that, right? But what we're supposed to be doing is cleansing our judgments. Okay. And the best way I could say to do that would be, let me draw some other cards too, but the best way I could say to do that would be to think of them as, so instead of getting mad at MAGAs and the other ones, just think of them as being people who are really just needing to learn truth, and maybe send them love, coming from a truthful place. If you can't do that, you can just ask your guides to do it, right? I don't know what else to do. Oh, and I didn't get the cards for us all. I forgot. It's probably about 110. I suck at doing my own timestamps. Okay, let's see. What else? A couple more cards. Right there. Yeah, we need to simplify. And we can make songs. We can make little songs up. I got that from my members the other day. These cards lined up perfectly. Not these, but the tarot, where I got clearly that when we're making new affirmations, it helps to put them in a song, and then you get that into you, because there's a rhythm to it, and it helps you to feel, because if you speak them out loud in a song, it's better. And yeah, that's your leadership. That will put you in your leadership. And yeah, I don't know who this woman is. Looks kind of like Oprah, but forget about that. Just be in your leadership. And the orange is her creative, being in your leadership. If you simplify life, you can be in your leadership. That's true, because that's if you focus on that. And we're all leaders. We're the leaders of our own lives, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, at the bottom, at the song card. There you go. That's a good way to cleanse too. Like put on some happy music and then, yeah, or the singing bowls. That would be nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for me today, you guys. Have fun and take good care. Have a really, really good weekend. Yeah, not Oprah. Anyway, sorry. That maybe we have to draw something else there. Oh, this is a good one. Hold on. Let me share this real quick. Carmen had a dream where she told Orange she didn't hate him. She just wanted him to stop hurting people. There you go. Right? I mean, he truly is just projecting his own self-hatred all the time. But thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with me. Take good care. Bye.